expose the 6 thieves, and tie the knots. Hello everyone, welcome to today's Dharma sharing. Today, we dive into a pivotal chapter from Volume 4 of the Shirangama Sutra. Previously, the Buddha told Ananda and the assembly, if you are determined to bring forth the Bodhi-mind and never tire the Buddha's sublime samadhi, you must first understand the two decisive meanings of the initial resolve. The first decisive meaning requires us to examine whether our initial motivation for practice aligns with the enlightened nature described by the Buddha. Following that, the Buddha told Ananda, if you truly wish to walk the Bodhisattva path with great courage, you must do something radical, declare war on your afflictions. This isn't a minor skirmish, it's a decisive battle. You must resolve to abandon all conditioned appearances, those fleeting, illusory phenomena. But to defeat an opponent, you must first recognize them. The Buddha asked the soul-searching question throughout beginningless eons. Who has been initiating your karma for ye? Who has been moistening your rebirth, Ranshang? Who is the actor? And who is the one receiving the retribution? Many people practice their whole lives without knowing where the root of their affliction lies. It's like trying to untie a knot without even finding where the knot is. Today, let's examine how we have bound ourselves into this world. Step by step. Part 1. To untie the knot. You must see it. The Buddha said to Ananda, if you cultivate Bodhi without examining the root of affliction, you will not know where the false organs and objects Chen have turned you upside down. In other words, if you don't know what you're doing wrong, how can you subdue your afflictions or realize the state of a Tathagata? The Buddha used a very practical analogy, untying a knot. If someone wants to untie a knot but cannot see it, how would they know where to start? Every knot requires a different technique. The Buddha even noted humorously, if you could untie a knot without knowing where it is, you might as well claim you can tear through empty space. Why empty space? Because space has no form. It has no knots to begin with. Our practice must find the actual knot that has kidnapped our inherently perfect, unproduced, and undying nature. Part 2. The 6 internal thieves who rob your family treasure. Then, the Buddha revealed a startling truth. The knot is located within your 6 sense organs: eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. The Buddha described these 6 organs as thief-mediators. They are like shady middlemen who daily introduce external thieves, sights, sounds, smells, tastes, touches, and ideas into your home to steal your goods. This is called self-robbing of the family treasure. We often mistake the thief for our own son, identifying ourselves with these organs. We think, what I see, what I hear, or what I find delicious is me. But what are these 6 organs doing for you? They are stealing your merits. We accumulate a little bit of blessing merit through the grace of the Buddhas. But these 6 organs drag us toward greed, anger, and ignorance. This is called cultivating calamity based on blessings. You have wealth blessings, but your eyes drag you to buy luxury goods just to show off vanity, greed. You have power blessings, but your mind drags you to suppress others, hatred, arrogance. See, you are using your hard-earned blessings to buy misfortune. The 6 organs are the worst mediators, entangling you with the 6 sensory objects. This is why sentient beings have been bound in the physical world since time immemorial, because we have tied ourselves to it. Part 3. What is the world? A grand weaving of delusion. To explain how this entanglement happens, the Buddha defined the world Shaya. Shai, time, epoch, refers to the flow of past, present, and future. Ya, boundary, space, refers to the 10 directions north, south, east, west, the 4 corners, zenith, and nada. These are just directions and flow. But the problem lies with us. The Buddha used 3 words, weaving delusion together. We are like people knitting a giant, invisible sweater. We take space and time as our raw materials and knit our delusion stitch by stitch. We need a love delusion for what we like and a hate delusion for what we dislike. We weave everything, people, mountains, past regrets, and future anxieties into this garment of delusion. Not only do we weave it, but we also trade and migrate Machian within it. Mao means trading or doing business. We take the capital of blessings given by the Buddhas and spend it on buying misery. In this life, we are human. We use our blessings to create bad karma and buy a future life as a pig. As a pig, we pay off our debts through suffering and buy a life in the hells. We are terrible merchants, constantly trading wealth for disaster, migrating across time and space. Part 4. The blurred coordinates. Where is the center? The Buddha then dismantled our obsession with space. He noted that while we set 10 directions, most people are confused. They look at north, south, east, and west, but they don't realize that the center has no fixed location. Think about it. Where is the center? People in China say China is the center. Americans say America is the center. There is no absolute middle. This proves that the coordinates we cling to are merely mental concepts we've projected. Yet, we take them as absolute truth. Intersecting these directions with the 3 periods of time. The Buddha did the math. 4 directions times 3 periods of time equals 12. Through further triple layering of these changes, Shar becomes 120, then 1200. This means our delusions and karma grow exponentially. The more we weave, the thicker the garment of delusion becomes. This is the grand dream of the world we are currently living in. Part 5. Examine closely who acts and who suffers. Finally, we return to the question in this phantom play. Who is suffering? The Buddha tells us these are illusory people creating illusory karma and receiving illusory retribution. Although it feels real while we are laughing or crying in the dream, the root is always those 6 thief-mediators. I invite you to examine this closely every morning when you open your eyes. Are those 6 thieves leading you toward trouble again? Are you using the blessings provided by the Buddhas to create the very karma that keeps you trapped in the cycle of birth and death? If you don't find the knot, you can't untie it. If you don't see how the 6 organs are deceiving you, how can you subdue your afflictions or attain enlightenment? The most fundamental lesson of Mahayana practice is to see through this bad business deal and stop knitting the garment of delusion. Conclusion: stop this losing business. Dear listeners, the Buddha's words today are meant to help us realize that we remain trapped because we are too diligent in weaving delusions and too generous in wasting our blessings. From today onwards, try to be a shrewd practitioner. When your eyes want to crave, when your ears want to listen to gossip, or when your mind wants to plot against others, remind yourself, stop using my blessings to buy misfortune. See the knot, examine the root of affliction. When you see through this illusion and stop mistaking the thief for your son, only then can you arouse the great courage of a bodhisattva and escape the deep sea of suffering. Thank you for listening to this episode of Shurangama Insights, shared by the Buddha Bodhi Association of Australia. May you all recognize the thief-mediators and guard your true family treasure. See you next time.